All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, we want to start off by giving all praise and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHA YAHAWASHI, BAHA QADASH. Want to give the honors to your apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well. And I want to send salutations to all Akim pushers worth in truth and sincerity. All right, there's going to be a lesson done in spirit and power of YAHAWAH, BAHA YAHAWASHI. Lord willing to edify the flock of the Lord. All right, this lesson is going to go into basically this article that came out from out there in LA, basically going into as you can read the title, it says the LA freight train looting out of control as thieves worsen supply chain bottlenecks. Okay, so basically this is a trend that's going out there in LA where, gangs of robbers, not only are they robbing the stores and robbing people off their cars and just, on all level of thievery is out there. Okay, but now they're targeting these moving trains. And there was a video on social media that, there was like cockroach swarming into that train, just stealing all kinds of valuable merchandise off these trains. Okay, and this is basically another sign that America, Babylon the Great's on its way. It's on its way out, man. This is like the scriptures say, there should be sedition. They're not regarding their kings. The police, they're not afraid of any consequences for their actions, man. So this whole society as a whole is going to a point of no return, a point of lawlessness, of basically, and basically the way that everything's being presented is like, these people, the mindset that they have, they rather go rob, okay, than basically work for whatever they want, because basically, in the past few months, that's what Esau has done. He has gotten these people used to just receiving checks and just free money in a sense, okay, which we know is destroying the economy of this country, which is is gonna produce the intended intent, which is to bring in this digital dollar, this digital currency. All right, but let's get a little bit. So you see 100%, 160% increase since December of 2020. So this is an alarming hike in robberies. All right, and it's only being fed by these elites that control the society. They promote thievery, and they basically promote all this. It's all in the news. So you're gonna have more and more of these attacks. All right, so it says the scene in Southern California resembles a disaster movie, only it's not. Thousands of boxes littering Union Pacific train tracks in downtown Los Angeles attest to a wave of rail theft that had taken place in recent months, worsening supply chain bottlenecks and creating endless delays for consumers and merchants that likely cost millions, if not more. All right, and someone has to foot the bill for all this. All right, so it says LA has been a hub of major shipping woes in recent months, with the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach a prominent fixture of global supply bottlenecks. The twin hubs handle about 40% of the nation's maritime imports, with the majority of nearly 450 billion worth of goods eventually moving by rail. So this is a major source of income for this country, man. Basically these trains, these rails, they basically keep the economy of the United States running. So they being attacked, man, is basically an attack on the infrastructure and supply chain that basically allows goods to be transported from one part of the country to another part of the country. So it's gonna have a major impact on the goods that hit the stores they're already on a very when you go to these stores, they're all empty. You have a lot of products that they don't have. So it's only going to increase the like it says right here, the bottlenecks on the supply chains. So it's going to be worse when you go to these stores. You're going to experience inflation. The rise of the prices are going to go up, and basically there's not going to be a lot of the available product for you to purchase. Okay, so on all levels is this being, not only is it being orchestrated by the elites that allow this to happen, but, YAHAWASHI is getting ready to bring trouble upon these cities, okay, like has never been or has ever been felt, because we're approaching the times of Jacob's trouble, And every day that we spend here is one day closer. All right. So this is Second Esdras 16, and I'll start at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And that's what you have right here. Pretty soon people are gonna go at each other, for the want of things, for bread, for food and things of that nature. Okay, especially once it's the food. That's really when people are gonna go berserk out there. They're gonna go crazy. Okay. So it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princesses, and that's what you see right here. You see a state of lawlessness. These people don't care about the consequences of what they're doing, okay? And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, okay? Because these lockdowns, are coming. They're going to say that, you guys are being too much of a criminals, we need to lock down these cities. A few months ago, you had the sheriff of, if not LA, I think it was LA, that basically said to the people of the world not to come to LA because they can't keep you safe. All right, so on all levels is this place, America, Babylon the Great, crumbling, okay, right in front of our eyes. So it says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. Okay, so that's what we're seeing right now on the planet Earth. A lot of these cities, major cities, are being plagued by lawlessness. Thievery, robberies, murder, and all matters of evil. Okay, because the Lord is angry at this place, man. So trouble, perturbated and anxious state, worry. And the people of LA, when they go out there, man. You gotta think that you gotta be worried about your car getting broken through. If you do park your car in any area, you gotta make sure that it's safe, because you also have the rise of these catalytic converter robbers. Where they'll basically go under your car with a sawzall and just start cutting up your whip, man. And those the price of repair could be in the thousands. So on all levels is the people of these cities being troubled right now. Okay, so it says unsettled, distressed, upset, dismay. Okay, agitated. And it's only going to increase. Unsettled, hard, tough, stressful. And it's a stressful time to, and that's why Esau had and going back to the Industrial Revolution, that's why he made it so that everybody lived in one of these cities, because this is the way that he plans to trap a lot of you people into these concentration centers and things of that nature. All right, but it says verse 18, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. So they're gonna spoil their goods. And right now that's what you have going on out there in LA. They're spoiling, they're breaking into these trucks and just stealing shit, with no repercussions. You see, and it's only gonna increase. And that's basically what takes me to this scripture here in Jeremiah 51, and I'll start right here at verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind, and will send in unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her. And that's basically the heat being turned up here, man. You got these factions of Edomites going at each other. Not only do you have the robberies that we're talking about here, but you also have all that. And you have Antifa, you have all these groups, man, that are basically making this whole cauldron known as America, this pot, the melting pot, basically is getting so hot that ultimately is gonna, break out to all out fighting, civil war and things of that nature, man. Right before, we have this thermonuclear destruction, clean America with the beast of destruction. You're gonna have a lot of shit going on in the streets. All right, which we're seeing right now, the beginning stages of it. All right, so it says, and shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble shall they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up is his brigadine. And spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. All right, so let me jump to verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. And that's why you see the things happening that are happening right now on the planet Earth, man. This great lawlessness. This is like the Wild West, the new Wild West, man. A lot of murder going on right now, a lot of rape. You see, all these are the spirits of vengeance that the Lord decree, and according to Ecclesiasticus, the 39th chapter and the 28th verse, to appease the wrath of him that made them. So these are gonna keep coming, man, and they're gonna increase in their brutality. It's gonna go up a notch every other day, so to speak. All right, so it says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that hath made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. So we're basically seeing this putrefying sore that this land has, this wound, get worse and worse. It's deteriorating. It's becoming more and more infected. Okay, and all that these elites are doing is putting a band-aid, So, this place is not going to heal, man. This place is on its way out. All right, so it says, forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. So, there's no way for America to heal itself. It's like when it has that terminal disease, when they diagnose people with terminal diseases, which in reality nothing's really terminal, but for the sake of making this point, when they give you a terminal diagnosis, basically, you got so many days to live, and that's basically America. It has so much more to go forth before the Lord takes this place out, man, and we're seeing the signs of it. The lawlessness, the division that's being allowed to continue in this land. You see, so all these things are signs that this society is coming down, man. That's on its way out. All right. Thus saith the Lord. So this is Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born. In America had its time to flourish. Had its time to do what it did, man, and what it's doing. You see, but that time is coming to a swift end. All right, just like it says here, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And the Most High, through all these acts that he's allowing to go throughout the earth, is pulling this place down, this queendom, this whole rulership, stone by stone is being shown that this place is on its way out. The infrastructure, you got these signs from the Lord, like the bald eagle. You had a report a few weeks back that the populations are dying off. And we know that that's the symbol of America, man. So, it's a sign. You got to be spiritual in all things. Okay? So it says, a time to weep, or Salakia, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down, and the Most High is breaking this place down piece by piece, and a time to build up, and our kingdom is being built up. Every brother representing a stone in that temple. Okay? So it says, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. So the point was being right here now, and with this, a time to rent and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. So on all levels, it's this place America going down. And a lot of the population of this society, those that are deemed to be destroyed are gonna have to feel the wrath of being caught out there, man. Which we're gonna see this lawlessness increase. The brutality of these people is only gonna get worse, according to what the scriptures say, that the love of many shall wax cold. So on all levels, we're gonna see this society you know, this year, Lord willing, you know, be the year where, you know, the whole land as a whole is done utterly away with. But, you know, if not, we just continue to wait and be patient in the Lord YAHAWASHI. But these signs say that the scriptures are speaking, man, you know. So we're in exciting times, like we always say. So this is Ezekiel 5:12. A third a part of these shall die with the pestilence, and with the famine shall they consume in the midst of thee. And a third part shall fall by the sword round about thee, and I will scatter a third part into all the winds, and will draw out a sword after them. You know, so that's what's coming to the population of this world, man. A sword, you know, famine, death, you know, pestilences, things of that nature, man. You know, a horrible time is coming, okay? And we're about to enter into it. All right, so with that, I pray the lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, BAHA YAHAWASHI, BAHA QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to all you brothers, Christians, worth in truth and sincerity. I say shalom.